So, Mike, we're going to have a look at your choo-choo today. Can you tell me what it is that you've been working on recently? What's holding up the assembly of the boiler to the chassis?
Laziness.
No, it's not really that.
Well, in the last year I've worked on the braking system and operating, putting the lines in for the brakes. And you can see them, that the lines are right here, and they extend through that mesh of lines which are just sitting free, and they have to be reconnected yet, and on towards the front of the locomotive. Alright, and I've put
those big pipes that are sitting on the top. That's
which ones?
That's new. The white flexible pipes.
These are the main steam lines coming from the boiler to the to the high pressure cylinders, and they connect through the smoke box, which is sitting over there. And when you come round, you can take a picture of the superheater and you can see the connections. We'll do the connections later. But these connect to the high pressure cylinders, which are there, and each one of those high pressure cylinders, each side, one exhausts to the rear of the locomotive for the rear engine, which is this one, and
this is the rear one I'm looking at now.
And the other side goes through to the front cylinder, which is,
thank you,
this pipe exhausts from one of the high pressure cylinders to the front low pressure cylinder, which is here, and this is the distribution lines, and it in turn exhausts through this line, which is normally in this position, up through the smoke box and out to the atmosphere. So there are two high pressure cylinders and 4 low pressure cylinders, and that's all.
So what I'm looking at here is the business end with the steam pipe, and you're in the shadow, and that main steam pipe is coming from the cylinders that are just
the high pressure cylinders to low pressure. This is the low pressure cylinder connection, and it's articulated. It's on a ball joint, so it articulates. That's the connection to the low pressure rear cylinder.
On the rear engine, you mean?
On the rear engine, yes. This is the mechanical connection, that this pin connects the front, this middle engine to the rear engine, and this is also articulated and also can move from side to side this way and up and down.
Okay.
There is a similar connection between the front engine. So this is the middle engine, there's a front engine, and then there's a rear engine where I'm standing.
So we're just zooming. That's the middle engine, and let's have a look. And look, there's the front engine. So there's a lot of stuff involved in all of this.
Okay.
Now,
here's the throttle connection that goes through the whole boiler.
it goes through the back of the firebox and through the whole boiler.
Yep.
And comes out there. So we'll go to the other end of the boiler and we'll show you the high pressure, the business end, and the superheaters. So this is the superheater end here. So we want to describe what all of this lot is doing.
This is the main throttle valve, which is controlled by this rod that goes all the way to the back head of the engine. And this is just a simple stainless steel ball valve which operates, goes faster and goes slower. And it comes out of here, distributes into 4 superheaters, and then that goes, the steam comes out of here and goes through the superheaters and comes out, back out through these 2, which now we're going to have superheated steam that goes out to the cylinders. And if you pan over here, those connections will go to each one of these 2 when they're connected.
Excellent.
And goes to the cylinder.
Okay. Ooh. No. So this is a shot of the tubes from beneath the superheater section, just for a little bit of clarity. And there's the superheater section, and we'll go up and show you the... What is this valve, Mike? What is this doing?
That's an addition that I'm doing just for myself, and that cools off the superheaters. We let air into it as the boiler is warming up from stone cold, and that stops the superheaters from overheating.
Ah yes, I've heard that's quite a regular problem sometimes. Yeah. So and there's the ball valve that he was pointing out earlier. This is a view from the front of the locomotive. We'll go along and you can see just how complex and how long. So there's the end of the first locomotive and the start of the next one. So now we're going.
You have to ignore the tangled mass of pipes.
Okay, so it's the end and the connection that we were looking at before, and we'll go across, and this is the rear engine, somewhere up here.
If I pull that off, you can see the connection.
It's the end of the third engine. So this is the front of the locomotive. I'm just going to fly along and show just all the complexity and everything that goes together to make this locomotive. So this is the cylinders on the second locomotive here.
Which are the high pressure.
Going along, so all the drive wheels, some of the gear, and we come to the brake lines, did you call those?
And these are the brake lines.
And the fittings to connect them. It connects to here, which is the back locomotive, which is what, mostly under the tender?
Yes, this is all under, all of that is underneath the tender.
Because the big pipe down the centre is essentially a heat exchanger, preheater for the boiler feed water. Just looking at some of the valve gear and reversing equipment. It's pretty kind of incredible stuff. Okay, you want to have a go pushing that forward again? Why don't you stop?
Roll it.
Yeah. That's pretty incredible. Thank you.